Hey guys, just got out of the shower. Sitting here at a Trail Angel's house in Idyllwild. As you know, I have been dealing with my heart. As most people are aware, I have a horrible heart, one of the worst in the world. And I got my blood pressures I've been resting for 2 days, and all I can get it down to is like 201 over 102 was like one of my best numbers. It takes a toll on you when you have a spirit that nothing can stop, that my strength and inner strength is so strong that I can carry the weight of the world. But then this ticker just says, I don't know if I can go that far. So I'm battling that right now, but I'm continuing. So I skipped this part of the trail called Scissors Crossing to Idyllwild, and it was a trek that would have taken me about 3 days. And the reason we passed it, I'm coming back to do it, but I'm going to do it when it's the end of the season. So if I can get through the whole season, then I will come back at the end of it, just turn right around up in Canada, get in my car or a plane, fly down here and do this last section. But it'll be in the fall, early winter, so it'll actually be cool, and I won't need to carry as much water. And because I'm just doing that section that's only a couple of days, I only need enough equipment and stuff for 3 days at most, and I probably could do it in 2. So it's playing smarter, and you have to really pay attention to your body and understand your limitations and then work around them. That's why I say you can burst through it, blow it up, go around it, figure it out, but you will overcome whatever it is you're after. The Trail Angels, I can't express to you how amazing these people are. The generosity of this woman, her husband's visiting their other family in another state in Idaho, and she's takes me and another hiker in, and she refused to take any money. She won't take any money. We've got our own private bedroom. We have a shower. We have she made us dinner. There's a fridge with sodas in it, even a couple beers, and their cabinets. Please help yourself to anything you need. Here's the keys to the car tomorrow if you need to go into town. Such generosity reminds me of it. I'm not the only person out there trying to be good in this world, and it's refreshing. I'm not saying I'm a good person, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm trying to spend the last part of my life being a good person, and it's nice to know there are other people like that out there, because so often with my field of work I see such violence and the men in prison and all of the things that around that world can be dark and dangerous and bad. And so it's darkness, and sometimes it's nice to have someone shine a light for you when you're usually the light bearer. You know, that's my job. I'm the torch bearer, the guy that's shining the light for everyone to follow a path. And now I find myself looking for someone to shine the light for me to follow a path. Whew, I'm not used to that. It's humbling. It's hard to do, but you have to figure it out. So I really appreciate all your prayers and all your thoughts. My doctor's meetings today went great with my doctors. I will say this, it was so cool. So I met back up with Halfway. What's up, Halfway? And Dad's actually Halfway. His name is Jackson. His dad and him started the trail together the same day as me. So we all went through our orientation class with Papa Bear, One Speed, and Paul. And then we all left the next day, and they're super fast. Halfway's like real fast, and it's cool because I gave Halfway his name, and Dad, of course, I was like, dude, I dubbed thee Dad. So it was nice seeing them again today and catching up with people from the past, and I really was grateful for seeing them. It lifted my spirits. I don't even want to use the term the celebrity status on this trail, but it's overwhelming. Like the Trail Angel I'm at, she was fighting for me to come to her place. She wanted to take care of me and give me a place that was safe and help me heal for a couple days. And I was at one place, Scissors Crossing, under the water, a stash under the bridge, for those that have been there. And I just completed that, like, what is that, 8 miles or something from the previous water hole. And it was brutal, that desert. 5.5, 6 miles, 8 miles, I don't remember. And you get down there and I just like collapsed under the bridge. And people are like, man, there's a guy named Mountain Man and they're talking about me. And I'm like, wait a second, they're talking about me. And I'm like, hey, I'm Mountain Man. They're like, what? No way. I've had people come up and get my pictures, my autograph. Please, let me get your phone number. Things like that. Can I come visit you? Remember, we're friends. We were on the trail together. And it's because of inspiring people, you know, and giving them hope, but also showing a blueprint. And that's what I do. We show a blueprint on how to become successful. And all I can do is take one day, one step, one breath, and keep trying to be a better person and help the world be a better place by me doing my part. And I'm so grateful for all the PCT hikers. The true celebrities are the actual trail angels. You guys are the true celebrities. Papa Bear, Little Niece, One Speed Paul, Auntie. You've got Cinderella. There's so many more. Janine. There's so many of you guys out there that are just true rock stars. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and tell you that my wife and myself, we appreciate you guys so much and all your prayers and thoughts. God bless. Anybody opposed to being in my video? All right, we're in Trail Angel's car. She was dropping me off at the Paradise Valley Cafe. And I ran into this really vagabond-looking, smelly, rough and tumble guy named Dad who just looked like he needed a beer. We had such a great time. I ran into the crew and we all left the same day. So
yeah, we call ourselves Laguna Trailers.
Laguna Trailers, I love that. That's awesome. Hello, TCI family. This is JB Bishop Brown coming to you guys live from a place called Idyllwild, California. And I'm in the backyard of a trail angel, we call them on the trail, people that help hikers, maybe by meeting us at a road and driving us to a town, or maybe they're, in this case, this lady named Janine is a saint. She is actually let me stay here last night, tonight, and hopefully my packages arrive tomorrow so I can get on the road. I'm waiting for packages to arrive in Idyllwild for food supply to get me for the next 7 days that I'll be out in the mountains without any chances of resupply. So tonight's message, let's jump right into it. It's kindness, acts of kindness. So as you guys know, I've been in now, what's today, Friday? So this coming Monday will be 2 weeks. So today's Thursday. So Monday just last was a full week, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, so a week and 3 days. So 10 days I've been out on this trail, and I've been at death's door. My blood pressures are so unstable, and I'm in what they call hypertension stage 3, which is the highest stage you can get. They call it the Widowmaker stage because the silent killer, because what happens is you don't know that you're about to die, and then your valve pops and you're dead. Your heart just explodes and you're done. There's no sign, there's no warnings, there's no preamble saying, hey, you're about to have one of these Widowmakers. So I need your prayers, but I'm bringing it up because what's interesting is that while out on the trail, and my wife can attest to this tonight at church, I don't even understand how, but I've almost reached a celebrity status that's mind-boggling. When I get to a town or a city, people end up wanting to help, and it's been amazing. They're hearing our story, and they're out there, and they're like, how can we help? We want to be involved, and it's just been such a blessing. I've had twice 2 people that I honestly believe if they didn't help, I would have been dead, and they literally are angels on my journey of life. I say this because I want to make sure we're being the same. So I'm going to ask that, this week, I want you to think about me as I'm walking in this desert, the Mojave Desert in California. And I want you to think about other people around you. I want you to think about what acts of kindness you can bring to the world. Maybe it's getting someone a meal. Maybe it's just being kind to someone. I even would suggest this. It might even be as simple as just saying hello to somebody, because so often people that are homeless and live on the road, as I am. I mean, I know I have a home, but I'm homeless right now in essence. And I'm sitting here, and I've walked into towns and people thought I was a bum and a homeless bum, and they looked at me different and they talked to me different. Half of these people I could have bought their entire lives 10 times over, but they treated me like I was some pariah. I even walked into one town where a pastor, I saw them doing a car wash, and there's only one store in town, and I thought, geez, if they're charging $5 a car and they're trying to raise $200, they're not going to make their goal. So I grabbed $200 and I walked over to give the pastor $200, and I asked the young person, I said, excuse me, son, where's the pastor of the church? And they pointed to him. So I walked over, and he saw me coming, and he ended up kind of abruptly walking to me and said, excuse me, sir, I'm sorry, but we have no funds available to help the homeless right now. And I just was almost just like shocked. And I said, well, that's good. I said, because I'm not homeless. I said, actually, and I had it in my hand, I said, actually, I was here to give you $200 because I saw that you are trying to raise $200 for your fund here at the church. And then I closed my fist with the $200 and I put it in my pocket. And I said, but apparently I'm not here to give you the $200. Apparently God wants me to teach you a lesson. And that lesson, you, of all people knowing the Bible, should know, judge not, lest ye be judged. And then I just quietly looked around, and the entire church was staring at their pastor. And I just said, I think the lesson's been learned. And I walked away. And about an hour and a half or so, I think, I walked back. Crowds kind of went away. And I went and found the guy, and I said, here's the $200. I'm going to give it to you. But I need you to know this is a lesson. If you're smart, you'll learn it. It'll be the most valuable lesson you've ever learned. Don't judge people, because you don't know. The person in front of you might be a multi-billionaire who can fix your entire financial situation like that. But you judged them because you thought they were a homeless bum. I wonder what people would think of Jesus if he was walking right now amongst us. If he was walking here in the town in sandals and a robe with a blanket over his shoulder, which is typical of how he walked back then. I wonder how many people would just not even look at him and acknowledge he's a human, let alone who he really is. And so I've been seeing the coin on both sides as I've been doing this trip, from people judging me to people being so kind and not judging. The lady Janine was so sweet today. She allowed me to use her spare car to go down into the town and get medicine and go to the pharmacy and try to get my package and stuff like that. So There are amazing people in this world. And yes, there are bad people. But let's make sure we're seeing people, and we're hearing people, and we're speaking to people before we judge people. Because judging people is we got to be careful about that. We got to make sure that as we go forth each day, that we take the time to be kind to someone. Maybe it's simply opening a door for a person. Maybe it is, I can't tell you how many times people have walked up and just smiled and said, hello, hey. They call me Mountain Man on the trail, my trail name. And they'll be like, Mountain Man, and they run over just to give me a hug. And I'm like, they had no clue how much I needed that hug at that moment. I needed that hug more than anything because I was just at the verge of just like throwing in the towel. So how many more people are out in this world that are at a point where they're ready to throw in the towel and just commit suicide, or go back to drinking and using drugs, and go back to their criminal activities, or whatever it is that their demons are? How many people are that close? We need to find a way to reach them, to hear them, and to see them through kindness. So it's a short message tonight, and most of the messages are going to be short from the road because I only can transfer, I think, 10-minute messages at a time. So I'm going to cut it short. But as my wife, the First Lady of TCI, is in the church tonight, I know that when the video's done, I'm going to ask her to elaborate any further that she might want on this topic. I love you guys so much. At Jonathan's Refuge, I miss you guys. You have no clue how much. Ty, I love you. Cam, Mikey, Paul, all of you guys, I love you so much. Everyone out there in our company, in our organization, our nonprofit, our church, all of our bishops, our pastors. I just love you guys so much. All right, God bless. Take care.